What I'm about to show you guys today is a simpler version of one of my previous tutorials. It uses fewer materials and takes up less space. What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build version 2 of my mobs opener. If you guys want to take a look at version 1 of my mobs opener, you definitely can. There will be a link down in the description. But if you don't know what a mobs opener is, basically what it does is that it will reduce a mob's health down to the amount where you can take it out relatively easily, and you'll be able to get experience from it. As you can tell, I just took out that skeleton using a wooden sword in one hit. However, zombies, on the other hand, they're a little bit more problematic in this regard because they actually require an iron sword to be able to be taken out in one hit. In fact, if I go ahead and spawn in, wrong button, if I go ahead and spawn in another one and do the same thing, I'm going to show you guys that even with a stone sword, they're technically taking 2 hits in order to. So 1, 2, as you can tell, zombies are a lot tougher to take out, but regardless, it still makes it extremely easy to take these guys out. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys how to build this. Now, in order to build this mob softener, you're going to need a 2x4 area, and you're not going to need to dig down any blocks, whereas it was a 3x3 area, and I don't remember how many blocks you had to dig down on my previous version, but just take my word for it, it did take some blocks to dig down. Now, this granite block right here is the exact spot where your mobs are going to be landing, and this is probably a good place to measure out, because if you're using a mob spawner, then you want to make sure that this is like in the center of it all, because that's the best place for it. Now, the resources you're going to need, now this is just for the redstone itself, this is not for the actual chamber for the mobs themselves. So you're going to need 4 blocks, 2 pieces of redstone dust, a stone button. I'll be explaining a little bit later why it's a stone button rather than a wooden button. You're going to need a dispenser, you're going to need an observer, and you're going to need a lava bucket. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to place 2 blocks just like this. Go ahead and place your dispenser on this black block, so it's facing out this way. Go ahead and place a block right here, place a temporary block, place a block up. You can go ahead and get rid of this block. Place your button right on the front of this. Go ahead and place a piece of redstone dust right here, and a piece of redstone dust right here. Go ahead and take out your observer block and face it in this direction, and place it like this. So the face is actually looking at this piece of redstone dust right here. Go ahead and come to this side where this little dot on the observer is facing. Go ahead and place down a building block. And then the last thing that you want to do is actually go ahead and put your lava bucket inside this. But before we do that, let's go ahead and test to make sure it's working. So if I press this button, this thing should click twice. And there, in fact, it did. So let's go ahead and put our lava inside of here. If we go ahead and press this button, as you can tell, it's going to dispense the lava and pick it back up before it's able to flow out anywhere. And that is all completely done as far as the redstone is concerned. Now, the rest of the things that you probably ought to do is actually set up the rest of the chamber itself, so you can do something like this. But other than that, the actual redstone itself is 100% done. So yeah, this is probably the best thing you want to do to hold the mobs in. And yeah, that is completely it. Now, before I end off this short little video, I want to go ahead and showcase 2 simple examples. So first off, if you're going to have the mobs drop down from an incredible height, and you want to make sure that you use the mob softener rather than fall damage, this is how you want to go ahead and set up. So you have 2 empty blocks, one of which is your lava bucket, and then you put a sign on the 3rd, and then on the 4th block, go ahead and place your bucket of water down, and that will actually prevent all mobs from taking damage whatsoever. And if you go ahead and press the button, you will still be able to take the mobs out in one hit without a problem. And what's nice about this is the reason why it's up as high as it is, because say the mob has a certain amount of health or it has armor on, then it's going to be less likely to be able to get knocked upwards into the water. So that's why that's the thing. Now, here is what the circuit actually looks like if you were to use a wooden button. And it's actually very easy to understand. It works the exact same as before. However, the lava actually gets dispensed a little longer. However, yeah, that is actually one of the downsides to having it work with a wooden button, is that occasionally, this isn't 100% all the time, but occasionally the lava will flow out a little bit, and that's something that you have to take into consideration. But as you can tell, now I'm able to one-shot the zombie with just a wooden sword. If I go ahead and dispense another one, I want to go ahead and show you guys that this lava thing does not happen all the time. As you can tell, it didn't dispense and flow out this time. It's just one of those things that's more a once-in-a-while thing, but that is something that you have to take into consideration should you decide to use a wooden button for this. Now, there will be a world download link in the description if you guys want to check this out for yourself, but that's going to have to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.